Hi, this is David from the Stilt Factory, back once again with some stilting tips for the advanced stilter. If you're a beginning stilter, I invite you to go to our YouTube page, which is on YouTube, Stilt Factory, and on there we have a beginning stilt walking video that will help you get a good foundation underneath you before you come back for this. But at the very least, I hope this is entertaining for you.
And here it's just important to get this concept of how you're going to fall and what you're going to want to emulate when you do fall. So, for instance, I have a stick in my right hand and it can only timber like a giant tree. And if you go down like that, it is going to hurt. What you want to do is you want to kind of follow the example of the rope and just drop to the ground as quickly as possible. And there's not always a choice in that, because when you're out there and you get tripped up and you're going to fall, it's hard to bring yourself together. But if you get this idea going in your mind of how you do want to fall, you'll start to act in that way. So it's just get it in your mind first, and then you'll be able to pull it out when you really need it in a crowd. And so here's what it looks like to just do it on stilts and not in theory. We'll keep exploring a little bit more of how we do this. Here's a real quick model of that concept where you want to go to the ground as quickly as you can. So you roll up into a little ball and roll, and you have very little damage and you're still wearing your hat. When there comes a time you need to get down off of your stilts really quickly, here's a knee drop method where Sam's going to show you how she leans backwards and slowly comes down to her knees. Now it's a little bit different on stilts because there's more force and leverage, but it's essentially the same. So you're leaning backwards, but you're slowly lowering to your knees, and you want to have those knee pads on. And it's a great way to get down fast with no damage to your body. And a really graceful way to get down with the help of a partner is a cradle, where you're going to put the center of your gravity of weight into their chest, not into their arms. So essentially they're going to catch you and they're going to let you do a back bend and go down to the ground and flip your feet over. So this is what it looks like. Samantha's going to catch me in her arms. I'm essentially going to sit in there, but I want my weight going into her chest, not all in her arms. And when she has me solid and I can back bend and hit the ground, it's one leg over at a time, and it's very smooth to the ground, and it looks beautiful in a performance. Now it's time to get off the ground. So essentially in this maneuver, what you want to do is do the splits. You put one leg in front of the other, and you have someone step right into your center of gravity, bear hug you, and pick you up. And you're using them a bit like a jungle gym. And you might be a wrestle, but you can get yourself up relatively easy, and you're ready to go back out there. It's a great little trick. Here's a great way to get up if you don't have any high objects to help you. So both of you might have stilts on at this point. You're facing the same direction, you're on all fours, and I'm going to roll myself onto her back. So my tailbone is going to sit on her tailbone, and I'm going to bring my legs up underneath me. Now admittedly I have tight hips, so she's going to have to work a little bit harder. I'm communicating with my partner here, and I'm telling her to hunch her back a little bit because I need some more height. And I'm going to corkscrew my legs around, and she's helping as she's pushing up just a little bit, and I'm able to get myself up off of the ground.
What?
What was that?
What?
Huh? What's that?
What's that? Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, acrobatics at its finest. David and Samantha will now attempt to dazzle you. Okay, we have rehearsed this once. Okay, ready? Are you there?
Yeah.
I can't feel you. Where's your head?
My head is not.
Yeah, you got to put my right leg on your right shoulder. Okay, cool. All right, here we come with the other one. All right, and then make sure they're ready. You take my weight. Okay, and I'm going to come up the wall. Let me sit up on your back. Whoa, beautifully done. Now, can you keep going forward? Keep going forward. Yes, we did it. Okay, that is something we can work on and hone, and I think it would be a really cool piece in anybody's street performance. I think the crowd would go wild if you did that. Now, I think it's time for me to walk off home. I'm sure that many of you are wondering all kinds of things, like, can you walk on the sand with stilts? The answer to that question is obviously yes. I've walked in the wilderness before, and I recommend in crazy terrains to go ahead and have poles, so at least it gives you a base to catch yourself. Because when you fall, especially if you're out hiking alone in some kind of wilderness area, you want to make sure that you can catch yourself. So if I were to walk into this ocean and fall down on stilts, strapped to my legs, the ability to actually swim is not a good one. I'd have to take off my stilts really quick. So I just want to, for kicks, go out there and see what it's like to walk. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, there's significant current issue at hand here. Yes, I think there must be fishermen somewhere that must have tried this. Okay, I'm coming around. Here we go. Whoa. I assure you this is very exciting. Super fun to do, and I can go probably out as far as possible, but the one thing I'm amazed at right here is the current and how it's pulling me. So this has been David from the Stilt Factory, and I invite you to come and visit our website, our YouTube channel, or just come play with us anytime that we are in your neighborhood. And let's keep stilting alive and well. Thank you. Woo! Whoa! Yeah. There we go. Four-legged creatures unite. Woo! Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Yay. One more fall? Should we do one more fall? Just one more fall into the pile? Yes. Remember, don't fall like this. You want to just kind of collapse and just come down. Woohoo! Yay! Thank you so much.